Hello, and welcome to another episode of DubaiPodcast. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and following. Please follow. I'm not getting tired of saying it. But anyway, today I have with me Jose and Simon here. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, we all had a rough night yesterday. Let's not talk about it too much, but I'm pretty good.
Okay, and you?
I'm fine, and I'm very excited about learning something new. I think.
Yes, today we're going to learn something really new. I think both of us, three of us, have no idea about it, but we're willing to learn. We have today with us Sarah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You are a yoga teacher. We have today with us a yoga teacher.
Yes.
We don't know a lot about yoga, but anyway, we're gonna learn. Okay, we're gonna learn. We are here to learn and to talk about something different. Let's start like we do with all of the guests, talking a little bit about you. Like, where do you come from? How long have you been here in Dubai? Why did you come to Dubai?
Okay. So I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
I'm a yoga teacher now, but I've been in Dubai 6.5 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's more than the average. More than the average.
Of course, I only came for a year to start with, and then I'm like, 2020, I'll never be here in 2020. No, it's 2020. But I came over with Emirates, so I was cabin crew for 5 years first. Yeah, I did my stint in the airline.
It's a shame that you came here to talk only about the yoga, because we're really looking forward to bring a cabin crew and talk about the experiences.
I can do both.
Okay.
Super one. We'll do double episode one. Record the new one right after.
We can record the new one, yes.
Yeah. So I did 5 years cabin crew, and then while I was in my last year of flying, that's when I became a yoga teacher. I did my training here in Dubai.
Okay.
And I've been doing the teaching for a year and a half, full time.
How this changed from a cabin crew to yoga teacher?
Yeah.
Have you always liked yoga?
No. So I started yoga only in 2016. It was because I was feeling I had a bit of a crap time in my life. I had really high anxiety, which the job didn't help with. And I was like, okay, I need something for me, you know. And then I discovered yoga, and it was literally within a few months of me practicing, and I felt how it made me feel, that I was like, I need to give this to other people.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, like becoming like from starting something to becoming a teacher in like what, 2 years, 3 years?
You've been doing it for 4 years now, yoga 2016. You started 2016.
Just under 4, yeah. It was the June in 2016.
Okay, and in this time now you're a teacher and everything, and it's your like full-time job.
Yes.
That's great.
I don't do things by half.
That's great.
In fact, I'm very curious about the connection, because the yoga, it's supposed to help you with the flexibility, strengthen your muscles physically, but the connection with your mind. You were telling me that telling us that you have a crap time in your life. So you did yoga, that it was not because of physical. No. A physical thing, was more than mental.
Never. Like, I always heard about the benefits that it could have mentally for you, and this is why I love the practice, and this is why I try and switch people's views, is to get away from the physical and you turn it more into what it does for your mentality. You can say spiritually as well. So for me, it was always to do with the mind, rather than, I didn't care about the body aspect.
But it's also important to be able, like, you have to have like a physique to do it. For example, Jose right now is not flexible at all. This mug is more flexible than Jose.
Which is weird, because it basically has no muscle, so it should be flexible.
But I can tell him now to sit, close his eyes, concentrate on his breath. It's yoga.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the more aseptic part for me about yoga, about the mental, that it's mental, that you can distress, you can be away and really feel good about yourself. That's the part that I'm more skeptic about yoga.
Yeah, so the asana, which is the pose, which is the physical practice, is only one of the limbs. There's 8 limbs of yoga. Please don't ask me to.
8 limbs, okay, it's 1 out of 8.
We won't go to the full class.
Yeah, so it's like, the physical part is my little tiniest bit, and this is the problem in Dubai as well. Everyone just sees, okay, I'm going to yoga as a physical exercise. They don't embrace it as part of the life outside of it. Like, it's a whole lifestyle if you let it, if you embrace it, if that makes sense.
It's more than just a hobby. It's like it becomes your way of life. Okay, you said, is there more than one type of yoga? Because I've heard about this hot one, the one you got into a sauna, you know?
What?
Yeah, you do it like for like 20, 30 minutes because it's so fucking hot in there.
I do it 1 hour. I do it on a Wednesday evening. Come, all three of us.
Really?
It'll be fun. Yeah.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
actually, I was
That's
more
hot yoga.
interested in something like I've seen like beer yoga when you do yoga with a beer in your
Oh,
hand.
that's ridiculous.
That exists.
Yes,
Yeah, it sounds actually better.
But this is all the gimmicky stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like yes, it sells and it gets people talking, but
So being a
yoga.
teacher, you can teach any kind of yoga. There's not like one type that you
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
about.
no. So this.
Pablo,
It is.
Pablo,
It's like
better
you're
question.
going right into the politics of yoga here. So there are so many different types.
Okay.
Like, would I say hundreds?
Hundreds.
Yeah, there's so many
Okay, but
different.
is,
So
is there a big difference among them?
yes, and depending on how. It's kind of like talking like religion when you ask yoga teachers about the different things.
Let's treat it
Yeah,
respectfully
right.
then.
Breathe. No, so when the physical part come into it, it all comes down to kind of hatha yoga. So hatha is when they started actually adding the physical to the practice, because before that yoga was literally just meditation and sitting on a cushion. Under the different branches, you have Ashtanga, you now have Vinyasa. What are the different sides? Bikram, he has his own, Jivamukti. There's so many different branches of yoga you can go down, but it all, again, leads to the same path, like the same kind of teachings that you want to go.
Okay, which one do you teach here in Dubai?
Ooh. More
Like-
more vinyasa.
Okay.
I teach a lot of flow class, so I'm a mobility instructor as well, and I do calisthenics, and I don't believe in holding a pose for that long. Like I believe the body needs movement and it needs preparation before you do actually hold. So for me, my style of yoga is more vinyasa, which is moving with the breath.
Okay, I've seen that you do it both like indoor and outdoor.
Yes.
Okay, in Dubai, when outdoor in summer, that's healthy.
Yeah. No.
It's like being in the
If you
sauna.
want to do hot yoga outside
It's
in
the same.
Dubai, it's perfect. Same
Yes.
thing. You don't need a sauna.
Hot yoga, you'll be in 38 degrees in some studios doing it.
Really?
So outside.
And
in
how
summer
long is the
fine.
class?
1 hour.
1 hour at 38 degrees?
Yes, so if I feel nice, I turn the heat off at like 45 minutes.
If you feel nice.
Yeah, and if the room's full, then it gets even
Hotter than
more.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between hot yoga? Apart from the temperature, do you feel something on you different
Yeah,
by just
so-
doing it at that temperature?
If you think, for one, sweat. So
Yeah.
toxins you're sweating out.
Yeah.
It'd probably be good for you guys today if you went
It would be amazing.
Some toxins.
But also the heat with the bodies, if you think about when you're hot, your body is more open, your muscles are more relaxed. And this is the only thing that I get with hot yoga. I try not to tell my students to push too much because your body is already at a point where it's probably more open. So it's good in a way to open up, but you need to be smart about it as
Yeah.
well.
Don't go too far.
Okay.
You're gonna
Yeah.
injure yourself.
Because then you're warm, but then when you cool down, you're like, oh, my neck, my back, my leg.
How many times a day do you do yoga? It's like once per day, or like you can
Are
do
you
it up
talking
to...
about the physical practice or everything under the
meditation.
tree of
Yeah,
yoga?
because if you listen so far, it's a state of mind. So it's like
No, yeah, I know,
all
but
day
actually,
yoga.
okay, yes, it's a state of mind, I know, but like
Yeah.
actually doing it, like putting the thing you do abs with in the floor and actually doing the positions. And everything. I don't know the word in English.
It's called a mat.
The mat.
Even the
So
basic
can
language.
you,
doesn't have it.
it's healthy to do it more than once per day, or like one is more than enough?
It depends who you're talking to. So Ashtangis will do it every day, every morning. They have a set practice, a set primary series, which is the same moves every day.
Okay.
For me, that doesn't work for me. I don't believe in it. I don't think you should look to yoga as your full physical practice because there's a lot that's missing from it. So for me, it's more about the connection. If I get on my mat every single day, I'm like, wow, I've done amazing. But even if I get on for 20 minutes and it is just literally disconnecting from everything outer, going a little bit inner, and sometimes you look at it and you're like, what is she even doing? Makes no sense. But it's more of the feeling rather than what you're doing.
You teach classes every day of the week?
6 days a week.
6 days a week? One time? Or
No.
there's like morning
depends.
hours, evening hours?
Depends whether I have group classes or clients, then it's up and down.
Okay.
My nice number that I like to have is 3 classes a day, which doesn't sound a lot, but when you're driving in between.
No, it is
and
a lot.
it's- With yoga as well, it's an exchange of energy. Like it's the same if people coach as well, you know that you're giving so much. If you're doing 6 classes a day with yoga, I physically cannot feel like I'm teaching my best if I have too much on the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wednesdays, hot yoga.
Yes, 6:30.
I think we should go there.
Come on.
For sure.
If it was
Well,
today,
let's
it would
try.
have
Let's
been
try once.
amazing.
Let's try once.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, come.
Next Wednesday.
I mean,
Okay, done.
Done.
We're going next Wednesday. Perfect. We will tell
Awesome.
the
Well,
next
that-
episode. We'll tell how it went.
You're happy right now, but
Yeah.
when you're gonna have to deal with us and try to make us like something, you're not gonna be so happy.
You'd be like, what are they doing?
I can do headstand.
You can?
I can. I'm not gonna show here because there's no space. Okay.
you can put it in the video, you know, do
I
it
saw-
after and
I
put
can
it
do
in
the video. I will put the videos and clips of her like doing because I've seen that you do like really crazy stuff.
But this
Crazy.
is the one thing that I have been training calisthenics, body weight, flexibility and gymnastics, strength training alongside my yoga. So yes, I'm able to do all these things, but is it from my yoga practice and do I go to my yoga practice with the intention of performing? No.
Okay. Is there something that you cannot do? That you're still learning to do? Like a position, like I've seen like crazy position, not only like handstand, but like is there something you
Oh.
can't?
Yeah.
Really?
So you know the whole foot behind the head or the lotus position?
Yeah.
This one I give up on.
Really?
Yeah, because for one, I don't need to do it to prove myself. For two, different people's bodies align in different ways. I haven't got naturally external rotation in my hips. Do
Okay.
I want to jeopardize my knees and my joints just to be able to fold myself up like a guru? Like, no,
That
relax,
makes
it's
sense.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that you have like a playbook app.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I saw
do
it as
know.
well.
I want to know what
Yeah.
this is. What this is about.
So Playbook is, I don't know if you know, I've got YouTube as well.
Yes, I saw.
So I started
saw.
my YouTube channel, but Playbook is where I can kind of fuse my own workouts, my yoga flows, and I have a journey to handstand on there as well. So it's people who can follow anywhere that they are in the world. It's an app on the phone. They can click it. I'll have all my workouts, my flows. I'm going to put some meditations on it as well. And it's super cheap, to be honest. So it's like having me online, but not me in person.
Okay. Journey to handstand?
Yeah.
How long is that journey? For
Um,
Jose.
I-
How long
I
did it take
say-
him to be able to do a handstand?
I say journey because every journey is different. It depends on what base and stuff that they're on. But the way that I set it up is it's 4 weeks. So every week you have one workout that you'll do 4 to 6 times a week if you're feeling
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
And then there's different tutorials. So you'll see like positioning of the hands, activation of the shoulders, the warm-ups, just little tips and tricks to get you upside down. But the thing is you have to practice. With handstand, it's like you say, how long will it take me? How long are you putting in?
Yeah. How long have you practiced to be able to do it yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried it, so I'm not able to do
Yeah,
it.
but-
I'm curious about to see how long would it take me to completely dominate it
Yeah.
and be able to do it whenever I want.
When will you dominate it though? Even I haven't dominated.
No, I've seen your
No,
clips. I will put one
come
clip
on.
now here in the video. See how easy you make it look
But
very
this
easy.
is just depending on how much time you practice. I went handstand mad at the start. I was just, say if I was cooking and I had the pot on and I had to wait like 10 minutes for the rice to boil or whatever, I'd pop up and I'd start doing handstands.
Really?
Any spare minutes I'd have, I'd be like, oh, screw it, I'll just do a couple of kicks, you know?
Did you hurt yourself while learning? Because I feel like it's dangerous.
No.
If I'm doing it here in the floor, I feel like I might hurt myself.
One of the tutorials is learning how to fall. So
That's
as
a
long
great
as long
tutorial.
as you know how to fall, and even when I do my workshops, I make people fall, especially the people that are scared. I push them over, and then it sounds really bad. Just as long as you know how to fall safely, then the fear is gone from you. It's fine.
Something I'm always worried is imagine we go to the yoga class and we are not able to do the position that you're telling us to do. Then what do I do?
No, there's always variations.
There's always a variation.
Yeah. So it'll
Okay.
start off like with your basic standard pose, and then it should build up from there. And it's
Okay.
more about respecting yourself and your limits.
Mhm.
Instead of looking at me and being like, I need it to look like that. You should move away from a shape-based practice. So you're not there to make shapes.
Mhm.
You're there to feel and to understand the connections within the body. So the way that you do a half split, Me do a half split, it's going to look completely different.
Yeah.
Yes, because we're not going to be able to do it.
Yes, because I have no idea what you're on about.
Quarter slip.
Yes, nothing. It's not going to be any split.
20% cut off.
Yes,
Yeah.
20% of the split. Yeah, I mean, you gain flexibility little by little.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But that's the thing, it's a practice where you should be letting go of your ego.
Okay.
And that's a very hard one, especially in Dubai.
No,
Especially in classes, I'm like, you don't need to go that far. You've got nothing to prove, and they're there craning themselves. And I'm like, this is a lesson that you need to learn.
have someone hurt themselves, like badly injured?
In my class?
Yes. Never?
No.
He's a super
Touch wood.
professor.
Touch wood. Because I'm like, no, because I'd like to think the environment that cultivate
Yeah.
is one of respecting yourselves and your limits. I'll start every class and just saying, like, I don't care whether you're able to do a handstand, a split.
Mm-hmm.
What I care about is you honouring your body and working within its limitations to then open up.
Okay.
And what's the relationship between yoga and calisthenics, for example? Is there any relationship? Nothing? Because you do both.
There is, of course there is.
Okay, so calisthenics, the strength aspect to it, does relate very well with the physical practice of yoga.
Okay.
What it also does is, so yoga is a lot of push action, and there's a lot of people that they don't work the back line. They have a lot of shoulder injuries, especially it's quite renowned in Ashtanga because they do a lot of chaturangas without the form. Then they start getting injuries.
We need to put all these
Yeah.
words
All of
like
these
a
words,
glossary.
all
A
of them.
glossary.
The worst thing that I have like written down here,
Yeah.
and I want to know if you actually know what they mean or not. I
Okay.
have Sirsasana, Chaturanga Dandasana, Bakasana,
Yeah,
Baddha
so-
Konasana.
Let me see.
Yeah, there you go. I wrote them down
Yeah,
there.
so the first one's your headstand.
Okay, so it's the name of positions? It's the fancy name
so
of the
you,
positions?
you see how it always ends in asana.
Yeah.
Asana means pose.
Pose.
Yeah.
In what language?
Sanskrit.
Okay.
So it's very ancient. Type 1 is your headstand. Your chaturanga dandasana is what I'm saying. So it's basically the end of a push-up, but it's a tricep push-up, so the arms will come in.
I'm close.
This is why I'm saying when people don't have the backline strength, yoga has no pull in it at all.
Okay.
So if you want to, complement your yoga practice to get a healthy body, the one that's going to be working and able to take you through to your 50, calisthenics helps because we're working on the pull muscles that yoga doesn't as well.
We have one friend that is doing calisthenics, and he's very, very happy with it. Alan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But
It's
it's also
morning.
really hard, eh?
You know, it's really hard, yeah.
It's really, really hard. Yes, because I've never done anything of that. And if I go to a park or something and try to do like all of these kind of things, I feel like it will take me a long time to be able to do any of the calisthenics things.
Yeah, but that's part of the journey, right?
Yes, I agree. I agree.
In some ways, it's the same thing for everything.
I
When
agree.
you practice,
I
it
agree.
takes time to get swimmer.
Okay, I know that you need to practice, yes, but it's like if you go to the gym, there's no need for you to practice. You can go there and do your workout, and there's no
Yeah, but you
journey,
can,
you know.
You can still do
There
the
is, but
calisthenics
still-
workout 3 times a week, just as long as you, in your head, you're thinking, okay, I don't need to get to a certain level. I'm doing it for my health and my fitness. And
I agree. Okay, is it very popular yoga in Dubai? I feel like it is.
Yes.
Like there's many people doing
Because
it. No?
here, this, with yoga and these things, I think there is a hype or something. Like being
And
healthy
we
in
talked
Dubai.
about it. Dubai wants to be
you-
the healthiest
Yeah.
city in the
Yeah.
world now, so it's pushing for this kind of stuff.
It is, but I also think people, especially Dubai, is so fast-paced, and everyone's super stressed. And I think this is what pulls them into the studio as well, because it's 60 minutes in their day where there's no phones.
And you're not allowed to have your phone in the class.
No,
Of course.
of course not. You'd be texting in my class, I'd be like, get out. You know?
Okay, we know this for Wednesday now. Huh?
Yeah, because that's the thing. How many times do you actually sit with yourself in a day
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
and actually check in and be like, okay, how do I feel today?
Bad.
Hungover, I got it.
Doing today, not a good idea.
In fact, if I do a comparison to Spain, for me, yoga is like a mother's thing, you know? My mother was doing yoga, but no one of our age or 30 years old, something, do yoga, no? So here is like, okay, there is a lot of types, it's for everybody, and that's what I thought about yoga before.
Are you in like a small town in Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Valencia is really small town.
No, we're in
Wow.
a big city.
Well, it's comparing with Dubai, Dubai is 8 million.
Man,
No, it's
our
a
city,
million.
it's
That's
not a
big,
it's not a
yeah.
town, it's a city. Valencia, it's a
Okay,
city.
yeah. 1 million,
This
1
guy?
million, 1 million, yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
God. So have you feel like it's like a trend? Or because for example, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe not that much people were doing yoga, and now it's like something very popular. There's like yoga studios everywhere.
There is.
Is it
and
a trend or it's like gonna continue like this?
I think there is a trend, and it is quite physical, especially with the dynamic vinyasas and stuff that's around. And that's a type of yoga, by the way. But yeah, I think some people, they come to class, they just want to sweat, they use it as a workout. And that's okay if that's up to them if they want to do it. But I do think that, especially in this city, like a lot of people struggle mentally. And I don't think it's spoken about a lot. And I think this is why yoga is so popular as well, because it can help you in that regard.
I'm curious about this. Like, are you talking about the meditation part of the yoga that is actually gonna
All
help
of
you with
it.
the mental
Yeah,
or
and so
issues?
with my classes, I'll always theme the class and always try and make the lessons of yoga and how to live relatable to like 21st century living. And it's just little things that you learn on the mat that you can take off of it. So it's like patience with your body, even the frustration, the things that you feel when you come into the class and you're into these poses and it's difficult. Even just learning to be in sync with the breath. Do you know how many people they breathe so shallow and in their chest? Even just learning how to breathe through the belly and do a 3-dimensional breath.
How do I know if I'm
crazy.
breathing shallow?
When you breathe in, does your chest come out or does your belly come out?
Both.
You can actually make a difference.
Because a lot of people, they'd be like, okay, when they breathe in, they're like, they suck this in
Yeah.
and this comes out.
Yeah.
That's like reverse breathing. So this is hyperventilating.
Okay.
So it's shallow. They're
Yeah.
not having the full breath. Whereas when you breathe in, your belly should go first. Should come to here and here.
Okay.
And then down.
3-dimensional.
Oh my God. Talk to us more about this meditation, because me, never in my life have I meditated. I don't really know what is it more than just closing your eyes and relaxing. There is more.
Give me one hobby that you like to do. Like, do you like to cook, or a time where you're quiet, you're reading, you're listening to music?
Playing the guitar.
That's your meditation. Because you're completely present in the moment. And this is the big thing that I want to get away from, especially with our generations. They think meditation is you have to sit with your eyes closed and do nothing.
That's what they think. Yes.
Yeah, but meditation is more, it's coming to the present moment. Yes, that is part of it, but you can slowly introduce yourself by doing things that you enjoy to do. Like cooking for me is meditative because I'm completely present and I'm in the moment, and my brain is not in the past, in the future. I am there. I'm connected. So it's wherever, this is going to sound really godlike, but things where you feel most connected to yourself and your source. For you, it might be music. For you, it could be reading.
Yeah.
A walk on the beach.
Playing games.
I don't know.
It doesn't count as meditation. It doesn't count as meditation, huh?
You're still involved in the external, right?
All right. Shit.
So it's just things that make you feel at peace. Even just 5 minutes of, closing your eyes, but just feeling the movement of the breath up and down the spine.
Mm-hmm. And you do this in your classes? It's this
Yes.
done?
So I'll always start. It depends. So you're stuck to an hour in Dubai, maybe an hour and 15 if you're lucky. People are not so interested in the meditation part. I will try. So even when I start, it will be the centering. So this is when I start with the breath. Okay. And then afterwards, you have a thing called Shavasana. You'd love it. You just lie down and close your eyes.
There.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How long?
Depends if you've got a good teacher or
Can
not.
you fall asleep?
Yeah. Sometimes in my 6:30 class in the morning, I have people completely zonked out.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have people out there just sleeping?
Yeah, some people fall to sleep and you hear the...
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen some funny things also while teaching.
Yeah. What was the most strange yoga
Yes.
class?
Someone weird?
I think it's gonna be next Wednesday.
I don't know.
Maybe next Wednesday something funny will happen.
Yeah, most likely.
No, do you know what? I haven't had... This is where I think I'm boring, because I haven't had some weird things
Safety first, bro.
happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
You sure?
I think so. Apart from people falling to sleep, there's not. A few
That's
people
nice.
falling out of poses and that. There's not. Yeah.
It's
It's
something
not
normal.
crazy, you know?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
What is this sun salutations?
Oh, saluting of the sun. Sun salutations. So
Yeah.
it's present in pretty much all classes that you go to. People are moving away from it now, but there's different sun salutations A, B, and C, and it's like a set routine. So it's meant to be. So Surya Namaskara means bowing to the sun. So it's traditionally done in the mornings when the sun is rising. You're saluting not only to the sun and the power that's above us, but also your inner sun.
Okay. This is done in every class? It's something like mandatory?
No.
I don't know, maybe it's like at the beginning you need to start the classes with this.
I personally don't like starting with it because I don't think the body's warm enough to do it. But yes, some traditions, some schools will use the sun salutation as a warm-up for the start of the yoga class. Ashtanga, I think.
I love all of these words. I love all of these
I'm
words.
lost there.
With the words I'm lost also, but I will learn them.
Yeah, Ashtanga is another type.
Okay, we will prepare them for Wednesday, yeah? We're
Yeah.
gonna prepare this and know what each word means.
Yeah.
I
Why do you
don't think
think?
we're gonna do it?
I want,
be
to, I
honest
want to
here.
learn at least one word, you know?
Yeah.
Why do you think people get attached to yoga? They say, okay, start yoga and then keep doing yoga.
It's not attached to yoga, it's more of an attachment to yourself. Right?
So depth. That's so depth.
I know, I feel like I should write that one down. That's my next post.
Okay, next caption on
Yeah.
Instagram, I'm gonna say this. It's fine.
Yeah, so yoga,
It is for
it
yourself.
actually means union. To yoke is the union. So it's a union, body, mind and soul. So it's the union of yourself.
Okay.
Nice. You wanted to ask her something more?
There is a question we asked to all the guests: is what do you like the most about Dubai?
But it can be anything. It can be a place. It can be like something relating to the culture. It can be, I don't know. What's your favorite thing about Dubai?
Even the food you can find here.
Yeah.
I'm vegan, so that's been a struggle for
Really,
the last
you're
2
vegan?
years. Yeah.
Pablo!
I did it 1 month.
Yeah?
Yeah, all December I
I
did.
love how I did it, so no longer.
No. I just wanted.
Like
I just
that
wanted to
very
try to
nice.
see
Yeah.
how I felt. Only plant-based foods,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see if there was any difference. If I felt something different, I was less tired. I don't know. I just tried it.
Was you
1
not
month.
sick? You went straight from eating meat to
Yeah.
Yeah,
veganism?
yes.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Man, you were
That's
sick.
fuck
You were so
hard,
sick
like-
one day.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it was difficult. It was
Yeah.
difficult. But then I got used to it. But then
Yeah, after dying almost for 3 days, then
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because it's like a detox for your system. So you've just literally gone, stuff this, I'm going to detox you, let's increase the fibre and then mess up my gut for a few days.
yeah, it was difficult, but it was nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a good experience.
So why did you stop?
I don't know. I
No,
just wanted to see.
we
if
all
there was
know
any-
when you stop.
Yeah, the thing is that Christmas came, you know. So
I turned vegetarian after Christmas. That was my thing. I was
It-
like,
it
I'm
was
gonna-
smarter.
No,
Okay,
I'm
long
just-
time.
yeah.
how long have you been being vegan?
Vegan, over 2 years, and vegetarian for a year before that, I think.
Vegan, pure vegan,
Yeah.
like no plant, so only plant-based, no eggs, no milk. 2 years now.
Yeah, but it's like anything. Once you get used to it and you know what you're doing with it, it's like easy.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Tell us what's your favorite thing
About Dubai.
It can be anything, huh?
Okay, if someone asked me, even if I left and there was like, what was the best thing about it? I think, yes, it's a challenging place to live sometimes, but I think the opportunities that you have here, especially with me and going from Emirates and converting to going away from corporate and straight into yoga, being able to teach yoga full time, the opportunities that comes from that, I think if you have an idea, and I hate to say if you have a dream, but I think it's a very good place to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually the first time we have this answer.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we have
Really?
very similar answers.
Because the past all the answers we had so far
Yeah.
were basically the same in some ways.
Yes.
What did they say?
Like having a big diversity.
Yeah, the
in
cultural
culture.
diversity and the people
Yeah.
you can meet
Have
here.
people from all around the world all the time. You're surrounded by people that
Yeah, but
that
I
doesn't
think
happen in another country.
yeah, and that it's good as that respect for the education for it. But I think that's why there's so many opportunities as well, because it's such a melting pot with people with different skills,
Yeah.
different dreams, different ambitions that all come together. It's good.
Great. Thank you so much for the
course.
answer. I think it was a very Nice episode because we learned. I learned a lot.
It was didactic.
And now we committed to go to a hot yoga class on Wednesday.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's good. It's good. We will see you on Wednesday.
Of course.
Okay. Where can people find you if they want to reach you or go to your class or anything?
Here we go, the promo.
Yeah,
So,
made the promotion.
Promotion.
Inspire Yoga, just off Almanara. That's where I have the majority of my classes.
Okay.
Urban Yoga in Business Bay. Gravity Calisthenics Gym. I do free beach yoga on Kite Beach every Saturday. That's where I was this morning at Solmio. And then, YouTube, Yoga with Sarah White. Just whack it in and then you'll hear my lovely accent to do yoga.
Go and follow her. We will put, of course, everything in the description so you can reach to her and go. Or come with us to the yoga class on Wednesday.
Yes.
Everyone that wants to join, we will be there.
If you want to laugh a bit,
Yes.
might be a good idea.
But Sarah, thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been so nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys, and remember to follow us. Eh? Please. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.